Media Center for the 33rd Annual Thurman Munson Awards ceremony here at the Hyatt Hotel in New York City. Thurman Munson was a catcher for the New York Yankees from 1969 to 1979. His life was tragically ended when his private plane crashed while he was practicing takeoffs and landings at the Akron-Canton Airport in Ohio. Since then, Diana Munson, Thurman's widow, has teamed with the AHRC New York City Foundation to help raise over $12 million for disabled children and adults. The Thurman Munson Awards are presented for success on the fields of play as well as humanitarian work off the field. With us, Diana Munson, Thurman Munson's widow. Could you tell us, our audience, a little bit about today's event?
Well, it's AHRC, and it benefits special needs children and adults, builds group homes, workshops, camps, and it's very dear to my heart because we've been doing it for 33 years.
Each year, do you have different goals, or?
No, not really. I mean, you know, they obviously decide what our priorities are and what needs done, and I can't say that I'm hands-on about that. That's their decision. I just come, and what a wonderful way to celebrate Thurman's memory, and what a wonderful cause. So it's a good marriage.
And talking about that marriage, how did you start way back in the beginning? I mean, why did you choose this foundation?
Well, actually, they chose us. Thurman had done many things behind the scenes for different foundations, and AHRC being one of them. And he, you know, had felt the need to do things for children and didn't want anyone to know, obviously. And it was just after he passed, I think they decided this would be a good way to remember him. They told me it would last for 2 or 3 years, and it's 33 years later.
With this Ike Davis, first baseman for the Mets. Now tell us a little bit about your expectations this year.
Just to have a good season. I want to be healthy, obviously, and be the consistent first baseman that, you know, drives and runs, hit home runs, and plays good defense.
And tell us about receiving the Thurman Munson Award.
It's really, a great opportunity for me to bring awareness to what I'm, doing charity work for, and obviously to represent and have a great night tonight and raise money for even better charity than mine. But it's amazing. It's getting to meet all these people, especially Diana Munson. She's such an amazing woman, and I'm really excited, and it's going to be a great night.
And fill our audience in on your charity.
Mine is Solving Kids' Cancers and Liddy Shriver Foundation. My buddy, one of my really good buddies back in 2009, passed away from Ewing sarcoma at the age of 22. So it kind of changed my life. I was never really thinking about charity stuff at all until that happened, and then we started one in Arizona a little bit, and I got called up the next year to the big leagues, and it kind of just flew into a charity. It just things happen fast, and I was on a stage where I actually could make a difference. And we've been doing it ever since. I've had 2 Ike Davis charity nights. One was a dinner, one was a concert, and we've raised a good amount of money.
Well, good luck with it. Also, I saw in the paper today, Met Stadium may have a casino coming in there. That could be that.
That could be fun for the fans, for sure.
And just to end it, I have 3 little nephews, 8, 7, and 5, and they all love baseball. Do you have any advice for the youngsters that are watching?
Study hard.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
I'm extremely honored. I mean, like anytime you hear the name Thurman Munson, people do get excited because he was a great person and a great player. And anytime you can be mentioned in the likes of him, it's something special.
And what are your expectations this year with the Yankees?
I just want to help the team, whatever role it may be, just help us win ball games.
If there was any catcher you could pitch to, who would that be?
Any catcher. I mean, I feel like the guys we have right now, for me the biggest thing is being comfortable with them. And the guys that we have I'm extremely comfortable with, and those are the guys that I want to throw to. But, I mean, you talk about, guys in the history of baseball. I mean, you could throw out any name, but, I feel like the core catchers that we have coming in, we got a great group of guys.
Who do we know who's going to be catching this year for the Yankees? It seems like there's a few changes happening.
Yeah, anything could happen. I mean, we've seen in past off seasons that it could be down to the last day of spring training when moves get made. So I don't know. I can't tell you who our catcher is going to be, but whoever it is, I look forward to throwing to him.
You know, and as a pitcher, who makes the decisions? Is it the catcher? Is it the manager?
As far as pitch calling?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, the catcher, I mean, before the game, we go through a scouting report on all the hitters, and, you know, the catcher will make a recommendation, you know, put down the sign, and if you want to throw it, you throw it. If you don't, you shake, and then he'll put something else down. So, I mean, it's a work in progress, if you will.
See, and then you came from what, Notre Dame? You were at Notre Dame?
I went to Notre Dame, yes.
Oh, the Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
It was great. I mean, I wouldn't trade those years for anything. I mean, learned a lot about myself as a baseball player, as a person. I met my wife there, and it's just anytime you can go to that campus, it's just you can tell something magical happens there. I mean, it's a beautiful campus. It's just great people, and you know, it's something I can't look back on and not smile.
There's no issues, no surgeries on the knee at all.
And Justin also kind of hinted the defense might be going in a little bit different direction. I don't know if you've gotten that sense at all.
He might be privy to information that I don't have, but you know, we've got to get back to doing what we do well, and that's on an individual basis as well as a team basis. You know, so we've got to focus on improving ourselves on the individual level first, and then bringing our collective talents together and being able to perform, turning that into a performance as a team. No, I haven't thought about it as far as I'm concerned. I'm a New York Giant. I plan on being a New York Giant for 2 more seasons. That's my contract. You know, plan on honoring my contract.
What'd you think of this year's Super Bowl?
I thought it was a pretty good game. It's hard fought. I thought Baltimore executed at a higher level. They played harder, and they won the football game. So most of the time it works out like that. So you know, it wasn't a surprise, but just seeing the 2 teams perform, it was a great game. And Baltimore got a ring, and Ray got to ride out as a champ.
What about that last 2 minutes? Was there any holding? Was there anything a little shaky there, or no?
I don't know if you can call a penalty in that situation. It's a very critical point in the game. I don't think you call a penalty. I think the refs got it right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was telling Tom earlier that I was just looking at both teams in the Super Bowl and just thinking to myself that, you know, we had an opportunity during the stretch to get there, and we just didn't take advantage of it. We had it all in front of us, and we didn't execute at the level we're capable of. And it's disappointing. You know, it's disappointing, and you know, I hope that those disappointments stick with our teammates throughout this offseason process, so we understand that we have to improve and that the level of performance in the 2012 season was unacceptable. We've got to get back to being the hungrier football team. You know, we've got to get back to being the tougher football team, both mentally and physically.
With this Aly Raisman, and wonderful job at the Olympics. What, 2 gold?
Yes, thank you. 2 golds and a bronze.
Oh, tell me what you're feeling.
I'm so honored and excited to be here tonight with the rest of these amazing athletes. It's amazing, and it's also so important to not only be able to excel what I do in gymnastics, but also to be a great person off of whatever I do in my sport. So it's an honor to be here tonight.
And getting back to the Olympics, now tell us what it was like. I mean, tell us a little bit about your training, especially, you know, I have little nephews, and I know that they want to always go to the Olympics, but I know it's a lot of discipline out there.
It's definitely a lot of hard work. I was at the gym some days 7 to 7.5 hours a day, so it's exhausting. It's definitely not only physically tiring, but also mentally. You really have to push yourself, but I think the secret for me was that I just really loved what I did. I love gymnastics so much, and so I just worked so hard, and I wanted to go to the Olympics more than anything else in the world.
So you didn't feel like you were really missing out on anything?
No, I really didn't. I mean, I got to go to my senior prom, which was important for me, so I felt like I got the best of both worlds. I have the most amazing family and friends, so I had that support, and I still kind of felt like a normal girl while I was training for the Olympics, so it all worked out.
And tell us about the team. Did everyone get along well, or, you know, there's always a lot of different personalities?
We all got along really great. It was so amazing and so much fun. Every day when we were training, we went in with the goal that we wanted to win the team final, and we were all cheering for each other, and we all were just on the same page that night, and the whole entire bond that we had, we'll always have that for the rest of our lives, so I love them, and we're best friends.
Was there any disappointment?
I mean, of course, not getting a medal in the all-around for me. I tied for third and then ended up getting fourth, but I got redemption because I got third on beam and then gold on floor, and Gabby won the all-around. So I was so happy for her and just so excited to be able to come home from London with 3 Olympic medals. It was a dream come true.
And what are your plans?
Right now, I'm just traveling a lot, having a lot of fun. I have some exciting stuff coming up that I can't wait for, but I'm going to begin training again in a few months, so I'm also excited for that.
So there'll be another Olympics?
I hope so.
Okay. Any injuries? Everything okay?
Everything's good. Yeah, in London I was healthy, and right now taking the break is definitely nice. I've never had a break from gymnastics, but I still am going to the gym when I'm home and still with my coaches and my teammates. I definitely miss them a lot, and it's a lot of fun being able to go to the gym and still train a little bit.
And do you have any charities of your own, or?
Not that I've done myself. I'm only 18 right now, so but I've worked with other charities, and I do stuff for lung cancer and kidney disease because I had grandparents that passed away to that.
18. Will you be going away to college?
Right now, I'm just taking everything one day at a time. If I begin training, I'll take a couple of classes somewhere local, but I'm not going to go anywhere far away because I want to stay at my gym where I've always trained.
Qualities that Thurman possesses. What have you learned about him since being a Yankee, or maybe from being in Ohio, where he's from?
Just talking to older guys and guys that play with him. He's a great teammate. Obviously, a great captain. Very passionate, and that's something that you want to be. As a teammate, and the greatest honor is to have guys that you play with. Have that respect for you, and so that's what his name means to me.
If you had any catcher you could catch with, who would it be?
Whoever's back there. It really doesn't matter to me. I threw to Servy, I threw to Stu, so just whoever's back there.
Do we know who's going to be the next Yankee catcher for you?
I have no idea. That's something that has to be worked out in spring training, and we'll just have to see what happens. But it's just part of it. Unfortunately, it's been part of the game, and something that we're working to try to deal with and clean up. So, you're going to have these things from time to time.
Stacey, you still feel like he's a guy you guys are counting on at some point this season?
Of course, why not? When healthy, he's one. He's a big part of our team. So, we want him to be healthy and come back and try to help us win.
Stacey, how are you feeling going into spring training?
I feel pretty good. Arm feels good. I've been playing catch out to about 110 feet, so I look forward to getting down on the spring training, get down off the mound, and see how it feels.
How far behind the other guys do you think you're going to be?
I don't think I'll be that far behind. Maybe, maybe just a bullpen session behind, or a batting practice session that I might skip. So we'll see what happens while I get down there and talk to Larry and Joe.
Do you anticipate close to your normal spring training games?
Yeah.
Do you change anything about your routine just because you're coming back from that type of
No, I'm gonna try to go out and do my same deal. The past couple of years I've been, taking it a little easier in spring training, and making sure that I get enough work in, but not try to overdo it. So I'll just take that approach and see how it feels. I'm gonna go 1 year at a time. That's how I've always been. You can't. I don't want to, hold anything back or, sacrifice anything, in one season to look forward to 3 years from now. I'm playing for right now and trying to win a championship, and I want to go out there as many times as I can and try to help the team. So, I'll do what I can to stay healthy, and I want to go out there as many times as I can, though. Yeah, no, that's definitely a surprise, especially, given our history. But if you look at, we brought Andy back, we brought, Hero back, Ichiro back. So, we did make some big signs. It was just guys that were already here.
You sound like you'd be surprised if Hero doesn't make it back from that surgery to play again, the hip surgery.
Yeah, I would be surprised. I know how hard he works, and, how much he cares about, wanting to play and wanting to help the team. So, I look for him to do everything he can to get back on the field and, try to help us.
How much have you talked to Derek during his rehab?
Just texting back and forth. Never about, his rehab, just always about different things. So, you know, I follow his rehab through the paper just like everybody else. So, this offseason, we had the CC Challenge going to Central Park, but Sandy hit, so we ended up, you know, having people that were signed up to do that participate with us and help in Hoboken. We delivered goods and jackets and, you know, food to people who needed it. You know, so we did that. And we had the Boys and Girls Club party at the Fan Cave where we had 52 kids come out from the Madison Boys and Girls Club, and we had a party. We gave them Sony donated PlayStation Vitas, so we were able to give all the kids that, and so that was cool. Went home to California, did the Christmas Caravan, was kind of like Hope Week, where we do a different event every day back home in California. So we've been pretty busy this off season, and you know, hopefully we just can continue. We just got done with the All-Star Baseball Camp that I do in my hometown, and that went well. We had 250 kids signed up, so things are going good with the foundation.
So how do you size up the AL East, just looking at it this year? Obviously, Toronto.
It's going to be tough. You know, it always is, but, you know, anytime, you know, you look at what Toronto did, adding, you know, Jose Reyes, Josh Johnson, I mean, all the guys. You know, Baltimore is obviously a better team. You know, we see what they did last year. So Boston got better. So it's going to be tough. But I think we have the team to, you know, go out and compete and, you know, try to win the division again.
We've already heard from so many wonderful speakers, and I do want to echo what they said. It is a tremendous honor to be here tonight, to be represented by the late, great Thurman Munson, also with the tremendous work they do with AHRC. Personally, I don't really like to talk a lot about the stuff that I do from a charitable standpoint because I do think it's a sense of responsibility that each individual who's been blessed and fortunate enough to go on and pursue the great passions that they've had and have a, you know, a certain modicum of success doing it, it's their obligation. And so for me, I just always felt like I was supposed to do it. But I would mention my mother I lost at the age of 49 with a battle to cancer. So the American Cancer Society is something I've always been involved with. My foundation, the Gregory C. Anthony Foundation, we endow scholarships to the local high schools in Las Vegas. And, you know, there are a lot of other things I've been involved with just because, again, I do it selfishly, to be honest with you. I just truly enjoy it. It makes me feel good to give back and to try to enhance or better someone else's plight because that's exactly what happened to me as a young person. Now, full disclosure, I was a Yankees fan growing up, and unfortunately, I'm a little older than you guys. I could probably be a dad to a few of you up here, but so I had the opportunity to watch Mr. Munson play, and I was inspired. And this is the era before the internet and before cable television. So we would look forward all week to the game of the week. And literally, it was must-see television for us. And so I was a huge fan of him as a player. I knew nothing about his tremendous passion and desire to give back. I was a poor kid growing up in Las Vegas. I didn't know much about anything. But I knew one day I'd love to be able to do what he does the way he did it. And lo and behold, I had that wonderful opportunity. So I just want to say thank you all again for being here and supporting this wonderful cause and this wonderful organization. I mean, think about it, 32 years now, or 33 years. How amazing is that to have the staying power? I think, one, it speaks to the greatness of the man, but more importantly, to the tremendous greatness of the woman who served alongside that man and has continued his legacy. So God bless you all, and thanks for coming, and let's have a wonderful evening tonight.
I'm Kristal Hart, reporting from Midtown at the Hyatt Hotel on the Thurman Munson Awards ceremony. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and thanks for watching.